Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Against the Storm, where today we are contending with a bandit camp. Traders are afraid and will not visit this area, so neither trading nor trade routes are available. That actually is pretty harsh. Obviously we use traders to patch holes in our resources an awful lot. So yeah, so we could settle down in some cursed royal woodlands or coral forest or marshlands. I guess actually stopping short in the royal woodlands doesn't get us enough food to hit the 60 food that we need for the upgrade that we want. But is this a type that we've... Hold on. Let's go check our deeds. Cursed Royal Woodlands. Is this a type we've won in? It isn't. Unfortunately, we don't get XP for it, so it's not like super critical that we get it done. I think I'm going to stick with the plan of unlocking the fox houses. Yeah, because there's no way to do this in a way that doesn't leave us adjacent to 4 tiles. Leave 4 of the tiles being things we've already looted. Okay, so marshlands or coral forest. We just did a marshland. What is the coral forest deal again? The trees give all kinds of different resources, and villagers have a higher chance of producing double yields for each hostility level, but not like a very high chance overall. So the trees can produce a lot of different things, and some of them are quite valuable. Okay, you know, let's do this just for the change of pace. So we'll put it down right here. And caravan wise, starting with all harpies and a bunch of reeds is kind of interesting. We just try to get like a lot of harpy houses down right away. I do like how easy it is to push the harpies and the lizards up to the blue resolve thresholds, and this is the largest total number of people that we can bring on board. So let's do it like this. Some of the new stuff we've unlocked is a little bit more expensive than the old stuff, so I guess we can't just bring everything, but we'll bring most things. Roots over eggs, I guess. Do we want to bring more food than this? I don't necessarily need to bring the extra wood. We'll probably be fine. We have some bonus food. We'll probably be fine. Here's the thing about this start. It's probably fine. Probably. I guess we're going to find out. So, harpies do sometimes have some problems during that first storm. We may have to be a little careful on that. Looks like we rolled some pretty high mysteries here. Hearth's resistance is decreased by 300 at hostility 2. Hostility 3 makes hunger doubly painful. And hostility 4, the crown requires you to pay 5 amber with each storm. If you don't, you'll get an impatience point. And 5 amber multiplied by the number of years played. Okay, I mean, that doesn't seem so bad. The salty air here makes it easier to preserve food. Food production speed is increased by 80% during drizzle. That's pretty rad. I think overall that's pretty great. Okay, so we got some harpies and we got some beavers. Let's have a look at our clearings. So we're not necessarily in a super hurry to get to the Forbidden Glades on this one. But I do, you know how I love to get a dangerous glade or 2 open pretty quickly. So it seems like we have some pretty easy to access ones. I'm debating whether I think it's better to go through the small glades or whether we just want to crack this open. Like, we probably want to open the small glades on this side in any case. Let's just start by building our woodcutters camps over here. Okay. And we have some early stone, which is cool. I mean, I probably want double woodcutters on this one, right? Because of the fact that we're getting like all kinds of interesting resources from the trees. We'll build a trapper's camp, start gathering these delicious leech meats. Can you imagine anything more appetizing than that? And so all of our housing is single resource, and it's just a matter of getting yields. We have plenty of stuff for bricks. We only have the reeds we brought with us as far as ways to make fabric, which is not ideal. Let's put this down over here. We get started on that nice and early. And I think maybe we do build that second woodcutters camp because we're not going to need the stone cutters all that early. Yeah, give me the second woodcutters camp, and we will. I guess I just want to start cutting through in this direction right away. Probably. Let's yeah, let's do that. So this one's gonna have to be all harpies, unfortunately. But whatever. I'm sure they'll do good work. Okay. Get to it, y'all. Don't build pipes. We could probably put this up to like 6 since we're going to need so many. I just want to make sure that they're still building fabric while they have the resources for some fabric already down. So it's going to be 4 fabric per house. It takes 6 reeds to make 2 fabric. So actually, we did not bring the resources for very many houses, and we're gonna see that shit run out basically immediately. That's concerning. We need to figure that out. The trees, which I'm not allowed to select for some reason. There we go. Okay, the trees do give plant fiber, at least some of the time. So okay, these ones that look like mussels are the ones that give the dew. The ones with the big leaves are the trees that give the plant fibers. So we're gonna want to focus on those. I mean, we can. I guess let's get through to the clearing first, and then we'll focus on cutting down fabric trees. And we'll just make our normal little paths here. And pull hopefully something meaningful here. Hostility from woodcutters goes way down is certainly something. Porridge production is increased is not, I think, relevant here, right? Neither of these factions are particularly interested in porridge. Gain 5 dye for every 10 insects produced. I mean, we don't have insect production yet. If we get insect production, this will be cool. But I think I'm just going to take flame amulets for right now. Okay, fertile soil, reed field. Reed field's very exciting. That's a good find. That's harvesters? Yeah. Alright, let's get that done for sure. How many builders do we have left? We don't have a ton of people who aren't assigned right now, but I think this is fine. Okay, what do we got? Deliver 20 wood is not really where I want to be. Harpy resolve above 14 for 30 seconds. We have 7.5 minutes to figure that out. That would get us an herb delivery line and some parts. I don't hate it. I'll say that. 14 is tricky. So we can get to 10 off of just favoring them. But we're not going to be able to like buy any early luxury or service type goods from a trader to like help us push this. I think this is probably unrealistic to do in the next 7 minutes. Obviously, it'll get done eventually. This, meanwhile, Have 8 villagers with their housing need fulfilled, and then deliver 20 wood. Like, delivering 20 wood feels rough, but you get 5 planks back immediately. I don't hate it. I think actually maybe this is pretty good. I would prefer to do Joyful Harpies if we could manage it. I just don't think I can manage it. Build 6 shelters and we'll give you the design for the bathhouse for free. That's interesting, because we could absolutely do that. This gives the treatment coverage, reduces the speed with which villagers leave the town, and just gives production rate up. Significant production rate up. It is not how I was planning to get down. Complete 2 glade events, deliver 3 building materials. This makes production for packs of goods go up, which is pretty whatever. But the 5 parts in the bathhouse. So 6 shelters in 3 minutes. At the rate that we're producing wood, I think this is doable. We might want to pull some people back from some other jobs just to have resources to make hands to move the wood around. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna take this. I think I can make that happen. And then complete any 2 glade events in the next 17 minutes. For the weaver, a bonus to the production of pickled goods, which doesn't necessarily seem like a great thing. I think I might rather have this glades reward. Have 3 Blightrot cysts at the same time to get 100 points of ancient stabilizer. Yeah, I think exploration is the one here. This is very doable. I just don't think the rewards are actually worth it. Okay, so let's turn off plank production. Don't gather wood. Let's priority -1 this, so we're not... I guess that's not going to matter, because it's not really competing with anything for resources. And then we'll just put down some shelters that, honestly, probably a lot of them will get removed later anyway. How do I want to place these, though? Because we do have somewhat limited building space. That is a thing to actually be a little bit concerned about. Let's get... Here, we can do, like, this as well. Yeah, and I'm gonna deprioritize the construction of other things in the area. Get the wood to these locations. Alright. What do we got over here? We got a leaky cauldron. If we fix it, we get a bunch of fertile soil nearby. If we don't fix it, we get resources that are less good. However, fixing it requires things that we do not have. 20 containers at this point in the game may as well be impossible to generate. So I think we're probably just going to have to burn it down. Food production is 80% slower. Not actually relevant at this point in the game, I think. So... And I do want to get this done before the storm. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Food production being slowed down isn't going to mean anything. But I am just going to get focused. Yeah, we'll get people on that in a second. They're making the fabric that we want. I'm hoping that we will still have enough hands to get this estate thing done. It looks to me like we should be okay. Okay, we do have a harpy keeping the fire. That's definitely what we want. Alright, so we got 1 minute to finish building these two. Yeah, I like the timed orders. I think the timed orders are fun. I'm not going to deliver wood until this gets built. Can't help but notice that you're being real slow on it. Oh, they're taking it to the wire, huh? You're kidding me. That was like a 1/10 of a second late, and they intentionally delayed. It felt like that really sucks. We should have gotten that. That wasn't one that we failed because of timing. It was one that the game failed because it wanted us to fail. Very frustrating stuff. All right, great big giant herb node, which calls for an herbalist camp. We got some farm stuff here. This is a small pond. Okay. So, upgraded herbalist would certainly be helpful. I don't hate the alchemist's hut. We're definitely looking for things that produce scrolls. We don't really have any of that kind of stuff here. I think I like an alchemist's hut early. That could give us some interesting options. Do we want... See, and then they immediately show us the forester's hut, which is maybe a better way to get crystallized dew. The thing about the forester's hut is it doesn't produce food, and I'm a little worried about our food production right now. We don't have the most direct food production. It's also a little awkward that there's no overlapped fancy foods between our two species here, because that means that we don't have like an obvious complex food to aim for. I might hold off on the farm stuff. We might be looking for a different farm. So do we want to just take the rain mail then, because it gets us scrolls, even at an inconvenient rate? I think probably having access to the scrolls is important. Then the smithy gets us the ability to produce tools. We already have pipe production at the crude resource thing, the crude resource refiner. So I think we can probably skip. No, I mean, like, we already have the production tools for the metal, right? Or the production building for the metal. So this could get us a lot of tools really fast. That is definitely interesting. So is dye, though. Yeah, dye for the scrolls. You know what? Let's pick up the manufactory. And then we are looking for... We don't necessarily need a fishing hut. The temple is a fine education building. It's maybe not the one I would choose if I could just pick from all of them. The large building we need here is the herbalist camp. Yeah, I'm spacey, so need to double check. I think we'll just take the temple. Like, okay, so we have the ability now. We already have all the buildings to make the scrolls, to make the requirements for the scroll recipe, and to produce the building that actually turns the scrolls into leisure. So I think we're in pretty good shape there. I'm so annoyed about this shelter thing. They made me go out of my way to build 6 shelters that we don't actually need, and we did get them done in time as far as I'm concerned, and it just didn't give it to us. That sucks so much. All right. So we're going to just destroy most of them, I think, probably. When you tear one down... Okay, it does give you back... That's the full material cost, right? Yeah. You do get back the full material cost. I guess that's fine. But we're not actually, like, super... Yeah, we don't... I don't actually want these, is the thing. We'll leave those ones up for right now, and I'll start building the sets of other buildings, the better housing. So let's get... It's actually going to take a lot of harpy houses already. It is wild how many people we have. Okay, so that's 10 harpies worth of housing. And then... if we can... I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and remove all these. I don't think we need to hold on to any of them for storm purposes or anything. Maybe I'm going to be eating those words in a second here. So that's 7. And then 1 beaver house. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That's what our housing should actually look like. We have not a ton of spare people. We're gonna get a couple back in a second here. Yeah, let's just get 2 people on gathering here. And replace one of you with a beaver. Prioritize these. You like where do we want to be cutting into next? I guess actually I'm gonna just focus on cutting away all of this stuff. We're gonna kind of build sideways here, so focus on opening up that space. All right, and that's finished. We'll get a bunch of extra mushrooms and stuff that'll make this first storm certainly not a food problem. Although I doubt there would ever have been a real risk of that. And we'll cut open some more glades after the storm. I'm not opposed to going toward a forbidden glade, I suppose. Alright, come on, get me some more housing. The first storm's short enough that we should be able to juggle and not lose anybody. Okay, and they're getting the stuff. They're getting the stuff fixed. Okay, apparently we're all good. So you can see the content of undiscovered glades, but discovering big glades kills a villager is interesting. Gain 2 insects every time woodcutters cut down a tree. I do like that. Yeah, that should be fine. So that'll give us a pretty solid insect supply over the course of the run. This, I don't have super strong feelings about either of these. I guess, like, more beavers is more good in terms of making sure that our woodcutting is strong. Alright. Yeah, I think I am going to extend this way, actually. I think we'll open a couple of small glades around here. So actually, let's just move y'all all the way over to here. Give me some of that. And we got some new orders available. Burn 10 blight rot cysts. Or deliver 12 packs of building materials for Beaver Clan support. Actually, I think is... I don't usually love doing that, but Beaver Clan support is a powerful thing. Long-term contract and some tools. I mean, like, obviously I don't want to be making wine that I don't intend to actually use. 6 aesthetic decorations and harpy resolve above 16. I guess those are... I feel like we're getting some kind of weird ones this time around. But whatever, it's fine. Let's go ahead and make our makeshift post, because we're gonna need it. Oh, our harvester's camp has run out, and unfortunately, yeah, there's nothing else to put it on, so let's just pop y'all out of there for now. Good work, though, presumably. Oh, this one's not entirely within the footprint of the hearth. Oops. It's very easy to lose track at the edges, depending on your viewing angle. So we're still hoping to get the herbalist camp. We still need to get a farm design. I'm not in a huge hurry to build the rain mill, I don't think. Like, obviously, it would be good to get these services going, I suppose. If we built our temple right next to the hearth, let's say. Or maybe, you know, leave one space for the road that lets us go back here and gather stone. Which I should probably, even if I don't intend to, like, work it right now, let's get the stone camp up so I don't forget and run out of parts. Once we have our housing squared away, I think we can get on packs of building materials. And I don't think it should be terribly difficult for us to get that done. We're also going to want, I think, at least one rain collector. We found a stormwater geyser. I guess maybe that's a little bit higher priority because, like, the building, as always, the building that we want to run a rain engine through in the early going is the workstation. Yeah, so we'll do that. We could just build a small foragers camp over here, I suppose. And then we have a bunch of coal. We could build a coal vein over here and probably keep the fire running for quite some time that way. Yeah, let me get some more of these buildings constructed before I go making any big moves on that kind of stuff. So let's, I guess, put together the building that produces the dyes. This could be just decoration space, I guess. Or I can slot this in a little tighter here, but then, yeah, whatever. So the building that produces the dyes, the building that takes advantage of the dyes. That tree would be lovely if we could get rid of that. And then the building that produces the scrolls can go right next to it. That'll make some things very straightforward. And that building is the rain mill. Yeah. Okay, so we have our little cluster of service structures here. I have 5 people unassigned still. But I'm going to want to put a couple in the geyser pump. So we're not as open as it looks like. Clearance water geyser, even more stone, even more coal. Okay. Yeah, we have some interesting stuff going on here. We're actually starting to push toward happy harpies. If we get that number up a couple more points, then we could get the rest done by favoring, obviously. And we don't need to be wary of opening a glade in the storm this time. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and push for this. Let's just get it done. We'll run like right up to the edge of the field. Alright, the housing's almost resolved. They're spinning as hard as they can on... Actually, no, they're not making planks at all. It feels to me like planks are probably the thing we need. Alright, that trapper's camp also does not actually have anything to do immediately, so why don't y'all just start working over here. Getting a little nervous about the food situation, I guess. I mean, it's not low now, but we're headed toward low. We really need a farm design. I'd love to see the berry farm on this one, I think. Alright, show me some cool nodes. Well, Wormtongue Nest large, Reed Field large. Okay, that stuff's fine, I guess. We got a lightning catcher. We got a free kiln, which unfortunately doesn't produce anything we're super interested in. But, you know, free kiln. So this lightning catcher turns 4 buildings into ruins. Force hostility is increased by 400 points while you burn it down, should you attempt to burn it down, which is not a cheap thing to do. And once again, for some reason, it requires just an insanely large number of containers to interact with it in the other way. I have no idea why the values would be this high. So it looks like burn it down is like really the only viable option. Do we have production of containers? I don't think we do. I guess if I mouse over, hold on, if we look at the tooltips here, we can. You know, the manufactory does let us produce barrels. What if I produced 40 barrels? I would still need. I mean, we could throw all of our wildfire essence into it. I'm not necessarily opposed to that. It would be worth 1 Queen's Grace. So, I mean, we're working on that manufactory. And then, you know, we have some crystallized dew. It doesn't actually take that many materials to get to 40 barrels. All right, you know what? Maybe we're going to try to make that happen. It would be pretty cool to get something from it instead of just having it be, you know, this is the basic run stuff back to town reward. It's a shame that it's not designed to give you anything cool. All right, and we are still producing planks very slowly. Okay. These are all terrible, right? We don't necessarily want to be on biscuits or pie or flour production at all here. So I guess reroll. Again, caring a lot about biscuits. 20 reed and 20 clay for each discovered glade is kind of interesting, I guess. But maybe we just take crowded caravan. I don't think any of these are good, is what I'm going to say. Yeah, crowded caravan, I suppose. And then, like, we're gaining lizards. It's not exactly what I would hope for. So if we don't really need the stone. Some already finished pipes would be nice, though. This takes us from... This does put us at enough pipes to install a rain engine in another building, so I guess I'll take that. It also adds the need for more housing. As ever. Lizard house and harpy house. And they'll get done, you know, sometime. Probably. Eventually, maybe. We'll see. There's still room for a lot of housing build-out, obviously. Okay, a thing I'm not really thinking about here, but which I probably should be thinking about, is that we could break open some of these resource caches. We have a lot of stone. And we could get the tools necessary to get the lightning catcher thing moving in that way. Or just like a lot of raw resources or something. We don't currently have any tools. And obviously we'll get some and we'll, you know, we'll be able to open these. But I don't think it's terrible play to just break stuff down. Like, we have lots of sources of reputation, right? I'm not too worried about missing out on the 1 point. So maybe it is worth it to... Yeah, maybe it's worth it to just produce the huge amount of extra planks right now from breaking this down. Because we could certainly use... I mean, like, if this were enough barrels for us to, if this was enough barrels to just get started, I would probably take the barrels. But since we're going to need to complete the barrel structure anyway, I don't feel too bad about this, I think. It takes 30 seconds. Go get that done. The real big downside here is that we are not going to be able to do anything about the length of this run. It is just a very long way away. And yeah, this sucks. This all sucks. All right, well, clear out this stuff, please. Let's try to make this a little bit more habitable. You are going to come over here and also help by clearing up this mess. Okay. And when they're running the resources back, they'll run them straight to that build site. 4 buildings getting turned into ruins basically just means we have to pay their production cost again. It's not like the end of the world, but it would be very inconvenient. Okay, they've run all the stone over there and then for some reason run back instead of immediately started breaking the thing. Alright, we probably will have to put some people on this to fix it before we actually have the resources for the thing we're trying to do. I guess this is a harpy building. This can be you and you. Yeah, we just like move resources over as quickly as possible. And you will work on this. And do we have... Yeah, we could trade out a harpy here. And I would really love to grab one more. Do we have a place where I feel like I could cut a body? We don't... Hold on. Nobody needs to be working there yet. I don't know why I assigned people to that. The building materials will come, but we don't need them at this moment. Actually, is there stuff? Yeah, there is stuff stored in there. Let's get that out of there. Okay, so, new orders. Discover 2 dangerous or forbidden glades within 3.5 minutes of each other. That's pretty doable, and it comes with some pretty good rewards. I don't think I like varied delivery, so let's grab that. And 14 coats or 1 million packs of stuff. It's got to be, right? It does feel to me like the pretty much all of the orders that want you to deliver packs of materials want so many more than it makes any sense to ask for. All right, get me those barrels and get me those barrels on the quick. Double time, nerds. I think we're probably gonna catch one instance of lightning ruining some buildings. Okay, fortunately we should have planks getting run back from the from this site directly to that building, so that should be helpful. In the long term, I don't think we will want to have the rain engine installed here, so I'm not going to. There is more stone. Okay, and we really need to get some building blueprint picks going here. Yeah, we're gonna take one ruin. Well, hopefully it mostly hits, like, domiciles. And not this. It would be a real shame if it hit the temple. Okay, they're starting to get the barrels piled up. Sadly, we don't have the people to place at this thing just yet. Alright, while the ancient hearth is being corrupted, resources sacrificed in it burn longer, choose a blueprint, or double yields, but consumption control is disabled. I think we can probably do... Smuggler's Visit's compelling, for sure. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Smuggler's Visit. Which large building do we want the most? The herb node's not horrible. It doesn't give food directly, though, right? The thing that the herb node gives you has to be processed. That said, it does seem like we have the most stuff for that. We have the resources for the reed field already. I'm trying to think, like, do we have a super important use for herbs right now? I don't think we do. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna take the trapper camp then. Or actually, you know what? Let me grab the plantation, because I don't know that we're going to be able to necessarily guarantee that we're getting it otherwise. That is probably a better play overall. Can't believe I almost forgot about farms. Alright, we'll get those set up as soon as we can. Our need for new coats has been fulfilled. Bunch of extra fabric is nice. We can push Harpy Resolve over, so we should probably get these aesthetics structures built. We're going to need 6 for this, but obviously we will end up needing 8 in total to level this thing up all the way, so let us... Yeah, I'll just use this whole area back here for decorations. So, we have a weird sort of L shape right now. We can put this back here. This is the gate that leads to the forest. And then also back here, there's some barrels. You know, gates need barrels. Keep them supplied, I guess. Let's get that stuff built up. And I am inclined to take the largest number of people right now. I think we do just need a bunch of hands to get these farms going. So, that's a harpy farm over here. We'll assign some harpies. Okay, we did gain a point of reputation. Sadly, not producing any of the buildings that we were really looking for, but we do have tool production. I am gonna use a reroll for the moment. There are just certain things we'd really like to see. The herbalist camp is one of them. Okay, so that hit the woodcutter's camp. That's not really a big deal. Could have been a lot worse. One beaver house. Sorry, I guess I can flip through our ruins like this. This is definitely more annoying. 4 planks. The plantation, very fixable. And the stonecutter's camp, yeah, we got pretty lucky. Overall, I think we got pretty lucky. Let's get those things repaired. And won't happen again. Okay, how many people do we actually want to employ in all these things? So we do need to get the farms working, but yeah, I would love to actually get to a point where we're, oops, sorry, turn this off. I would love to get to a point here where we are producing the education need. So we have insect income from the wood cutting. Make our dyes out of insects. Then we will use leather and wood. I mean, we can't necessarily rely on having leather all the time. Is paste the thing that is liked by... No, the paste is not particularly compelling. The only food that we have overlapping is jerky, actually, which is interesting. I don't think we have a way of taking advantage of it. Supposedly I have 6 beavers. Why is... Oh, because one of them is working the lightning catcher. I was going to say, why is it that I do not have 6 beavers available for wood cutting? But that would do it. Okay, so that's fine. For right now, that's fine. We'll just put... couple of y'all on this, and then like where are the rest of the lizards in stone cutting? Alright, so this gives us bonuses for burning resources in the hearth. Unfortunately, we do not have a lot of fuel right now, so I'm reluctant to do that. Oh, I do need to put down a couple more points of decoration. I just remembered we had this weird little gap over here. And there we go, a pipe ending that kind of, depending on your angle, kind of looks like it's going into the building. Alright, once that gets done, then we'll have our level 2 hearth, which is something. Alright, food's a little low, fuel's a little low. But we're working on it. Yeah, we do really just need more food production, unfortunately. Okay, so we're about to have a bunch more amber. We can definitely wait a little bit and re-roll this if it feels like that's the thing to do, and I think it does. Yeah, I don't necessarily love our options there. Complete any 4 dangerous or forbidden glade events to get an artisan, which we kind of don't need. Yeah, this is pretty whatever. Can I tell you? Not loving our options. as far as reputation from orders goes. Okay, so we are producing scrolls. We're getting that education need met. That's helpful. But we don't need 3 people on this. Okay, and in the end, I don't think this clearing ended up being, like, all that great. Alright, let's crack one more glade for our exploration objective. Let's take happy harpies now. Try to figure out some buildings that are a little bit more exciting here. Gleeman's Tales is always a winner. Always going to be a winner. We do need a jerky recipe, but yeah, let's grab this. I do think the butcher makes a little bit more sense. Skewers we do not really need, but like jerky plus oil is definitely something. We got some cysts. I should probably make a blight post. And then also, you know what? We can, since these spaces will remain traversable, we can build down here on the bottom side of this. Might be an okay place to put a butcher. Alright, Lizard Resolve is really bad right now. We did finish the lizard house. But sorry, I never built another lizard house when we got more lizards. Yeah, okay, there are some reasons. Some people might be like a little unhappy, I could see. Fire's going out, which seems like a real problem. Corruption's not a super immediate problem, at least. Okay, so if we're going to make jerky, yeah, it's unfortunately made out of materials that we just don't have a lot of spares of. Like, we have some insect income, but we don't really have any meat. We can get more insects once we get the design for the trapper thing. This is probably not a 2-person job at this point. Okay, and we're like chopping wood. We're really trying hard to chop wood. It's just not yielding enough fuel. Let's open up this a little bit more, and then we'll bring this one back over here too. Hopefully we can reduce the amount of running we're doing to deliver wood and thus get some more fuel actually being constructed. Or delivered, rather. But also, we're gonna need a better solution than that. This is not a good Sahilda's Secret Cookbook level. For every 20 felled trees, global resolve goes up somewhat. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna be rolling that buff constantly, right? So we may as well. I definitely want to take it easy on turning wood into planks any more than we absolutely have to. Right at this moment, we're already doing a lot of spending wood in various ways. So I think let's Yeah, it's just not do any superfluous building or creating of building materials. Okay, you are also out of stuff to do. Well, I gotta tell you, I do not feel like we're in as good a position here as we have been in previous runs. I probably need to open up some more glades around the home because we just don't have that many like actual food nodes going. There is overlap on pickled foods, which might be useful. Okay, hold on a second. We have all kinds of resources that we don't need over here. Oh, they're producing dyes without limit. That's part of the food problem. We don't need dye like that. That's fine. You're good. I mean, it's good to be producing scrolls. But like the scrolls will be getting used as soon as they're produced. I'm way less worried about that limit. But it's going to take, the dyes are not going to get used nearly as fast. I'm actually going to take wood off of scroll production as well. We gotta reacquire some equilibrium here. I think I want to cut through to there. Let's try to find some more nodes here. And we probably shouldn't bring any new people in while we're still waiting on while we're still trying to get our food set up. I mean, we could set up a small forager's camp, right? No, I can't. I don't have the parts. Okay, several of our orders do award parts. Sadly, none of the ones we're really close to. Dangerous glades in time. How about that? How about we're about to open this dangerous glade. Let's also open this one over here. I don't know what I just did. Somehow recentered my camera and zoomed in. Okay. More stuff that I would love to have a large trapper camp. That was kind of already the case. More farmland is certainly good. That is potentially very useful. I mean, we can move the trapper camp over here anyway. There is a source of insects to take advantage of, and we got ourselves one of those destroyed caravans that makes people nervous. So looting it's not terrible, really. We have 4 minutes until the storm. If we put 2 people on this, we could get this looted just before the storm. Denies us half a point of reputation, but it gets us some food and some tools that we'll use to earn reputation, and it means we don't have to build provision packs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just throw 2 people on them and have them loot this out, hopefully before the storm hits or just after, and then we can favor the lizards for now and ride out the resolve penalty that way. Okay, stuff's getting built. We actually have homes for everybody right now. This is just raw resources. That's wonderful news. Please show me. You know what? I'm willing to reroll for it. We would really love the trapper camp. We kind of, like, I almost would say need the design for the trapper camp. We don't currently have a resource, have a setup for pickled goods. And actually, pickled goods would be useful for us now, so I'll go ahead and take the distillery. I don't know that we need to build it right away, but we should definitely have it. Whew, okay. Well, I guess we had a kiln over here. I could have just rebuilt the kiln. It's in an awkward spot, though. And if I do this, we can get some coal. Yeah, I should put some people on this. Doesn't have to be a super high priority. Alright, so hopefully we'll get that other one open real quick. Indeed. And lo, another point of resolve. Sadly, not another blueprint choice. Okay, Blight Rock Cauldron. Just sort of dancing around and spilling garbage everywhere. Oh, you know what else? We built this Blight Post, and I never actually put any people on it. That's a thing to consider. Let's go ahead and limit this pretty harshly before we even think about doing that. Got ourselves a provisioner for free, probably. The salvage returns on this are real crummy. Big patch of moss broccoli. That's pretty rad. All right, so if we cleanse you, we get some stuff. If we tear you down, you're just going to spawn a bunch of blight rot cysts. But you'll give us obsidian sickles, which is probably really important, actually. Yeah, I think I'm inclined to do a teardown here. But I probably want to do this not overlapping with the storm. So let's let that sit for a second. Okay, we have gotten to enough farm fields now. So if we can produce some packs of crops, we can get another goal done there. But I don't know that that's a realistic near future task. Let me actually move this over to here. I would love to get rid of all of this stuff. I am also going to build a road in. Like this, but eventually, obviously, I want to just chop all of this down. And I would love for this to have access points from more than one direction. Unfortunately, at this point, adding more people to make this run is a little rough. Wow, we are really, really hungry. All right, the caravan effect is almost gone, but this is pretty bad. Okay, all of a sudden there's some food and everything feels 1,000 times better. And then there goes the caravan effect, and we're from negative to blue in like under 2 seconds. It was wild how quick that turned around. Oh my god. So many orders for packs. We are producing oil. We could produce coats, sure. 10 rain engines is not going to happen. And that's a little bit of a shame, because an incense delivery line is pretty fun, but... Open 2 forbidden glades, deliver 30 packs of crops. We do have 40 farm fields already, but again, this would bring our requirements for packs of crops up to 55. It just feels unrealistic. That said, opening 2 more Forbidden Glades isn't necessarily the easiest thing in the world either. Yeah, alright. We are going to have to start bagging up bags of crops. But obviously that feels like a thing to do after you're not... after you've, you know, corrected these starvation problems. Gosh, and I think we are still going to need more people. I don't think there's any way to get around it. Alright, well, so I guess let's wait a second until the... wait a second until the thing ends here. Every glade event solved by making a decision marked as empathy lowers hostility by 40. We haven't done any of that. Food production is increased for drizzle water stored. Okay, the work safety guide is good. Every villager with their need for education fulfilled increases production speed. We are going to continue having that active. So, let's do that. Let's take on a set of newcomers. 6 more coats will allow us to do some things here, and then obviously tools are important. And now that we have some extra people, let's assign some farmers. Let's assign some gatherers. Let's assign some jerky production. Do we have lizards working in any other buildings where we're not getting any particular benefit from them? I think we kind of... yeah, we're getting value on this. Alright. I will assign another person to this, for sure. Oh, and it's time to do this thing. Alright, go get me some obsidian sickles. Okay, we're gonna need that as well. Okay, looks like we can get some decent reputation from resolve on the harpies here, since we're fulfilling so many needs. We're producing the oil that we need for focus on farming now. Or for rainproof coats now. Although obviously we're going to be consuming some fair amount of it as well. Oof. Alright. We're trying. We're trying to catch up. Ah, that's frustrating. That is a frustrating set of buildings to see. Am I going to end up with more amber anytime soon? I mean, not from these events, but it's not impossible that we'll end up with more amber from other sources, right? Do we have any other events that are going on? I guess running caches back gives amber. So we might get some that way. Do we have any caches? That's one more tool than I currently have. Yeah, like, do we have anywhere that I can run back? Yeah, this'll do. Okay, let's go ahead and cash in rainproof coat. Ooh. Do I cash in rainproof coats now? We're already going to be in kind of a weird place housing-wise, but I do feel like we need the bodies and we need the reputation, certainly. Alright. Alright. See if our food supplies remain positive. Alright, so I need 2 more harpy houses. You should probably turn to face. Okay. Then on lizard housing, we need 2 more as well. And then on beaver housing, we need 3. Yeah, I feel like it had been a while since I'd built any housing, and then on top of that, obviously, we had a lot of people show up. All right, I don't know how quickly all that's going to get done, but I do know we are killing it on Resolve right now. Okay, we did have a lot of building materials just sort of laying around, I suppose. Let me get a couple people in here. So we need to get to a 12 pack of building materials. Well, we're not going to need all this fabric. Sorry. Just use fabric. You will get it done. And then we are going to need like 1 billion packs of crops as well. 55. So I guess on this, just produce until there's like 30. Obviously, I don't want all of our food going into this. Okay, we do need very particular food resources for that, and that's a little bit of a bummer. All right, we think it's going to take 7. You know what? All right, if you can get everything under control. There are 7 cysts. Let's try to burn them. Still waiting for the amber to get delivered from here. I guess I'm not going to favor anybody right as we're about to hit the storm. Okay, large foragers camp is one of the ones we need, right? Yeah. I will absolutely take that. And then be offered a bunch of other stuff that isn't what we need. Do I have the ability to build a forager's camp? I do. Okay, this woodcutter's camp doesn't really need to be right here. Let's put it here and just try to clear out some of this space. Okay, so let's kill the desire for packs of building materials, move all of the building material stuff back out. Unfortunately, yeah, I'll just unassign and reassign you. We don't need that built either. We already ended up making more than we need. So that gets me a couple more beavers and a beaver resolve bonus. It sure does require me to build another beaver house. I think we should be good aside from that. Let's see how bad the storm hits us. We are at 4 hostility here, which I could fix. Let's withdraw a couple of woodcutters for the season. I don't really want to be at 4. You know what? We'll go back even further. Yeah, okay, totally necessary. In fact, so do we want to just take something? Producing boots would not be a terrible one. Yeah, sure. And then do we want to pick up another one of these? Education is the only service need we have that's overlapping at all. I don't really like this. Global carrying capacity up is like fine. Meat-based complex foods give 2 more resolve, which is, you know, that's the thing we can take a little advantage of. And camps producing greater yield, obviously, is, I suppose, a big deal. I guess, yeah, we'll take the clan hall. I don't know how badly we're going to need it. Because actually our resolve is in a pretty good place during non-storm times, and we've managed to like really gain reputation quickly. Unfortunately, we're going to have a hard time producing packs of crops. I guess we have, or rather we will soon have vegetables incoming. Okay, probably need to make sure that the wood keeps coming in. Extra packs of provisions, I think we're kind of... Well, none of these other ones are going to be very good, though, are they? Yeah, maybe the packs of provisions are the right way to go. I don't think declining for amber makes very much sense, because it wouldn't have been a large enough amount to allow us a reroll right away anyway, and we honestly may not ever get any more amber than that. Okay, I think you just have to get bounced, sadly. But there are certainly other buildings where we could make some use. We have unconstructed stuff, so we could try to make pickled goods. The problem with making pickled goods is that it relies on containers, which probably means barrels, which probably means wood in a situation where we just do not have wood to spare. I'm going to let him finish making that jerky and then replace him with someone who will sometimes get more yields. Okay, sorry. Don't make water skins. Don't make training gear. I'll wait till he arrives with those planks and send them home. No. All we are doing is making boots. Never mind. We don't have leather or... Shoot. Alright, well... Yeah, we don't have any of the things we need for that. A tavern? A tavern's always a good idea. People love a good tale. The tavern will certainly help. And so I think with this we are just doing a lot of waiting. We need to get the resources to get the packs of crops built. We need the vegetables to come in and stuff to get. Here we can do a little favoring, make sure that stays sharp. We're making and benefiting from our complex foods as best we can. Yeah, I guess at this point, a lot of it's down to reputation, or resolve rather. Which is why it's so important to fully staff your tavern. Alright, and the vegetables are getting some stuff done. We have enough oil that we're not really worried about running out of fuel. We're going to be able to push the others over their thresholds pretty easily with favoring here. When we finish these orders, we are going to gain more people, even though we don't particularly need more people. Yeah, I really wish that we had the resources for boots, because it would be an awfully nice build. Oh, right. Payments. Yeah, I don't have amber. We do not really have the resources to get amber. This isn't going to give us any, and I don't think bringing new people in right now is a good idea. You know what? Never mind what I said about this. Keep going. I thought for sure I would be turning one of them in immediately, but apparently not. Okay, it's true we haven't paid. Bonus meat, bonus roots, bonus plant fiber. I guess bonus roots? 10 extra amber was not going to get us anywhere close to our payment. I suppose we can, at this point, make one of the deliveries. All right, Beaver Resolve ought to be enough to push us over then. Yeah, education. Education's nice. Alright, so that's our first time running a thing near the bandit camp. There'll be some extra XP. We've unlocked new stuff. Pie skewers, copper bars is interesting. The Tinkerer can produce tools and training gear. Okay, and then some, potentially interesting cornerstones. I was a little worried at a couple of points there. Not having access to traders to sort of like patch the weird little holes you find in your ability to deal with events. It's a little scary. It is a little bit scary. So if we go back to the Smoldering City now, obviously we cash in our deed, which results in some cages that we can... It's not really where I want to be. Do my level best not to cage people. Okay, so... access to the Fox House. The next thing in this line is the starting ability for the harpies to have 50 coats. And then above that, newcomer goods... Wow, embarkation bonus delivery lines. That's really something. Those are service goods too. That's wild. The human starting ability get you to the farms really easily. That seems powerful. We gotta get more of these starting abilities. Unfortunately, we are definitely out of food stockpiles for the moment. Okay, well, we've done some good work here. We are now poised to take on our third seal. And I think we got it, right? We must, at this point, we must kind of have figured these things out. I hope. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, the next seal goes down. And I think this is the first one that we didn't even see last time. This is like definite forward progress. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.